in studio as always.
Hmm.
Um, we are got a great show planned for you today. One of our well, we just did our 5 week testing. As some of you know, some of you may not know, we actually own a couple gyms here in Lincoln. We own Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, and we kind of the gym specializes in 10-week challenges, which we've been doing for over 20 years. Farrell's has been in business. So, kind of how the challenge works is at the halfway point, we do kind of a check in, track everybody's results, see how everybody's doing, troubleshoot, maybe change up the nutrition, just stuff like that. And so, last Thursday, Friday, we do body composition testing for our members. And I'm just it's kind of crazy. Like we've been doing this for so long, Matt, and I'm sure you will agree with me. Whenever we see somebody's results, we know exactly how their nutrition is going,
I mean, you
right?
get a
Without
pretty good
even
idea.
asking.
Yeah.
No matter if they've lost muscle, lost
Yeah.
fat, lost weight, gain weight.
Right.
So, which is just kind of cool because we talk about how nutrition is 70% of your results. We only have you for 45 minutes a day, and that's true wherever you go to work out, whatever gym you go to. You're only there for maybe an hour a day. The rest of the time, you're out in the real world
Right.
with your issues and your stress and your bills and your kids and all that stuff going on. But I'm really always amazed at what people can do when they really focus on what they're eating, how they're eating, keeping track of their macros, working out every day,
Yeah.
seeing some of the results after 5 weeks. And I always, it's funny because we've been doing this for so long, and I always think to myself, gosh, I wish I could get results like that. It's like, what
Well,
what
that
should
also,
I be doing to get results like
but
this?
that also shows how difficult it can be sometimes, because if you committed to like your nutrition 110% the way that we ask our 10 weekers to, you could get those results. But sometimes you eat a little more too much peanut butter during the week, and it keeps you a little farther away from maybe a goal you might have.
Peanut butter, everybody has their
Which is fine. Yeah.
one food that gets them in trouble.
Yeah, peanut butter is yours.
Peanut butter is mine, and I'm there's some things like that I can substitute, like turkey sausage instead of pork sausage. I can do fat-free cheese instead of real cheese. I can do.
You don't eat.
Well, I do. Cheese. I can. Though.
Okay,
I
you
can.
don't, but okay.
I mean, I wouldn't have it on a pizza, but like
right.
if it's in a like a quesadilla or something, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But there's one thing that I cannot. I even like when I did Whole30, I was doing sugar-free ketchup.
Yeah.
Right, which I'm like, and it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But when you're not eating sugar for 30 days, anything's going to taste just amazing. And then we have some sugar-free barbecue sauce, which it's kind of grown on me. It's really not too bad. But when I have the sugar-free barbecue sauce, and just put a little bit,
you eat less than you would.
Where
otherwise.
If I have like the normal barbecue sauce, it's just a big giant.
Right.
One plate for the barbecue sauce and then one plate for everything
else.
That's
not an exaggeration.
But peanut butter, peanut butter is the one thing I will not substitute. I will not get powder and put water in it. I won't do Peter Pan peanut butter.
Well, I don't think Peter Pan peanut butter is healthier than Jif.
But just like I need Jif peanut butter, and that's it, and there's nothing else.
No, that's true.
So I am a peanut butter addict. Like I will walk by and I just take the lid off the peanut butter and smell it. And it's like, just like I'm an addict. Like it smells so good.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm doing really well on my nutrition, I will just smell the peanut butter.
That sounds so wrong.
Well, it's a fix, right?
I guess.
And there's no calories that I'm eating.
No calories.
But when I'm not following my nutrition plan, I will eat peanut butter like it's like I'm drinking water.
I know it's a problem when I open the silverware drawer and all the butter knives are gone because you've used all of them to dip into the peanut butter and then just put it in the sink. So they're either in the sink or they're in the dishwasher because nobody else uses butter knives for hardly anything. So then I always know, oh no.
And sometimes I try to hide it
You can't hide it.
Like
'cause
I'll
then
clean the knife.
I'll go to eat peanut butter and I buy the peanut butter and then there's the peanut butter's gone. So you can't hide it. I know.
But I can blame it on the kids. I
No.
think Ben had some, and but it's everybody has our weak point. Peanut butter is my weak point.
Yeah.
But the moral of this story is the fitness fanatics are human.
Right.
We like to eat and we have our ups and downs like everybody else does. Now we were planning on talking back to the 5 results. Mark, who's the station manager here at the Ticket, did his 5-week testing also, and he's been Mr. Accountability.
Yeah,
because we've been kind of tracking his results. But Mark's unable to be here with us today, but we're going to discuss his 5-week results next Sunday.
Yeah.
So Nick is in studio instead of Mark. So I know Nick, being young, he's 21. It's a Sunday morning. Big thanks to Nick for coming in to run the Fitness Fanatics ship today.
Yeah,
absolutely. This is a blast. This is a blast. I love you guys, so this is awesome.
And Nick, he was out late last night. The Husker women's softball team won the Big Ten championship.
Which we watched that.
Yeah,
we were watching that.
Yeah, we watched it.
Yep.
And I have a really good Iowa friend of mine that I'm always texting back and forth. And anytime there's a Nebraska anything, I don't care if it's the javelin, the shot put.
Right.
If I see any image that says champion, I'll take a screenshot.
Send it real quick.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm like, anytime it says Big Ten champions with
Right.
Nebraska on there, I'm going to take a picture. I don't care what sport it is.
Right.
It's pretty awesome.
It was
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Now they have a watch party tonight at 5:30, I believe, at Bowling Stadium to figure out where they're going for regionals.
Now, I'll tell you this.
That's really cool.
If Nebraska gets sent to Norman, Oklahoma, we need to instantly launch an investigation into the NCAA malpractice for sending us to play Oklahoma, who's 47-1.
Wow.
My son just looked that up yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, we're probably going to play Oklahoma. And he's like, are they good at softball? And he looked up their record. He's like, they're 47-1, Dad. And I said, I know, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Last year we got sent to Arkansas, which is the #1 seed. And just so I said, we're instantly launching an investigation. I will be the champion behind this.
I agree.
So Nick was up late. He was celebrating with Nathan and the softball team downtown last night. So we appreciate him getting up to take care of us.
I was more of a responsible one because I knew this was coming.
Good.
The other
See,
people,
we kept you honest.
absolutely, and
Yeah.
I do appreciate that it's helping me out this morning.
Yeah.
But the other people that came with us may have not been, but it's okay. I mean, there was a lot of reason to celebrate. But no, we actually were joking with them last night that they're going to get sent to Oklahoma.
Oh,
and they said they told us that they felt like they played themselves if they wouldn't have won the Big Ten, that they would have been sent to Oklahoma.
Okay.
But they said that they feel, and the kind of like their
Which
thought
makes
within the
sense.
team
Right.
is that now that they're Big Ten champions and they beat Michigan, who would have been ranked and whose RPI was really, really good, that they've worked themselves into a situation where they're a top 25 team now, where they could be going to like UCLA, who's the sixth ranked team in the country. So let's hope they get an easier draw because they need it bad.
But you're with me. Investigation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, we're all on board.
All right,
I have a lot of friends that would be on board.
We're going to start it and we're going to champion.
Absolutely.
Or we're going to hope that we don't have to worry about it.
Or we're just going to
Exactly.
beat
Right.
them and be done with it.
True.
Okay. So Nick's in here after he was up late last night doing a little celebration. So we appreciate him being in. Next Sunday, Nicole, there's a couple things going on. Next Sunday, it's Nicole's birthday.
Yeah.
And, as Fitness Fanatics, the way we celebrate stuff, she's going to be doing a bike race on her birthday.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit about that. What's going on? We'll give them a little plug and maybe some of you would like to join her
It's
next
called
week.
Prairie to Prairie, and I think it's put on by Lincoln Park and Recs. It's out at Pioneers Park.
Right.
So it's kind of a not off-road. I can't think of what it's more like a trail type run. So it's a partner run. So I'll be doing it with a friend that's coming down from Iowa, but we have a couple other people from our gym that are doing it. So that'll be fun. But it's a 5K through like the prairie part of Pioneers Park, and then a 15-mile bike ride through the gravel roads out around there. And then, so one partner does the 5K, then the other person does the bike ride, and then the first person does the second 5K. So it'll just be fun. We're just going out there to have fun with it. And I like to do kind of more like adventure races too. And it's not timed, like, so it's not that that ever matters for me, because I'll have to race until I'm like 90 to ever win. But no pressure.
Yeah.
There's no timing chips, no time. It's just for fun. And I'm pretty sure it's a fundraiser for Lincoln Parks and Rec. So we'll put the link out on there if anybody wants to get signed up to do it. But it should be fun. I think there's going to be food trucks out there afterwards, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, just a lot, just for fun.
So you'll
on
be
my
out
birthday.
having fun, running 2 5Ks
Yeah.
back to back. That's
I
fun.
already I ran 6 miles this morning, just practically 2 5.
You know, I would have done it with you.
No,
but
you wouldn't have. No.
we do have
Nope.
a radio show.
Nope. I've tried to get
So-
you to run with me the last 2 weeks, and nope, you
No, I
would
just
not.
haven't.
And so
I'm a fair weather runner, and the weather just
the
isn't fair
weather
enough yet.
was beautiful today.
it was.
Perfect. There was no sun.
I was
It
up-
rained on me just a little bit.
I was up cleaning the
sprinkles.
gym, and I'm a very supportive spouse. It's like, you go run, and I'll go up and clean.
because you
Ferals.
didn't do it yesterday.
No, I
You-
didn't. I
Right.
was
You're
too
just that's
tired.
your chores.
I worked out, and I was too tired to
Right.
clean the gym.
Yeah.
So I would, I
But you did have eggs ready for me when I got home.
yep,
So
good spouse.
Yes. Yes.
I had a bowl of eggs ready, good
Yeah.
protein, good
that was
recovery.
appreciated and surprising.
Yep. And I was like, I'm gonna make myself some breakfast. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just make Nicole some
Yeah,
too. So
That was nice. I
Well,
ate them on the
appreciate
way
that.
here.
yes.
I know.
So I'm gonna be in here next Sunday with Aaron Davis,
Mhm.
who is one of the hosts of another show on station, Riffin with Raph and AD. So that is going to be awesome. So we're going to talk to Mark about his 5-week results at
Mhm.
that time. So just a little bit delayed, but so that show is going to be pretty awesome with AD in here. So he's a big Farrell's advocate and fitness enthusiast, and he has a pretty good story to share with our listeners, so that maybe not listen to their show on Wednesday nights. But so it's a pretty cool story. I'm excited to be in here.
Oh yeah. Anytime we can hear and a message from AD is
Yes.
always a
So
good
there's going to
time.
be a lot of motivation talk.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you tune in for that. Coming up here after the first break, we're going to have a really awesome story from one of our members that currently goes to the Farrells in Altoona. So for those who don't know, Nicole and I owned the Altoona Farrells for about 4.5 years.
Just in central Iowa.
Yeah, in central Iowa, where Adventureland is,
Yeah.
or that's kind of Iowa's claim to fame there.
Right.
Or Altoona's claim to fame. So Sammy Townsley is going to be not in studio, but she's going to be joining us from her house. And she has an amazing story of the importance of not quitting,
Of trusting the process.
which is our main theme for this 10-week challenge. Because a lot of us start stuff, whether it's at Farrell's or you're just going to do, we talked about couch to 5K, just anything you're wanting to do, starting a new diet, a meal plan. You're always excited at first, and then we're in a instant gratification world where
quick fix.
It's all kind of stemmed from The Biggest Loser, which one of my favorite shows. We've watched every episode of The Biggest Loser. It's not on right now, but
because now that we're a few years away from it, we realize how problematic that show could have been and was to people too.
Yes.
But
and what we try to tell our members, and this is good for anybody that's listening, is you see people on The Biggest Loser and they hop on the scale and they've lost 30 pounds in a week or 2 weeks. Well, we're not on The Biggest Loser ranch, right? We don't work out for 6 hours a day. We don't have our meals prepared for us. We don't have personal massages, people giving us massages.
Yeah.
We don't, we're out in the real world with what we talked about earlier, our kids, mortgages, bills, kids' activities going on. We have work.
Yeah.
We have to cook our own meals, so that on top of everything that the craziness that's going on in the world, that's stressing us out. We have real life things going on. So we try to talk to our members about is, finding a balance we're not trying to get people a quick fix.
Mhm.
So we're more trying to find long-term sustainability. But one of the reasons I love The Biggest Loser is the best part for me is, one, I like to see what they're having them do for the workouts, because I will watch and I'm like, ooh, maybe I can do this in my class, like something I've never done before. So I like seeing those things. And then I like listening to the one-on-ones, the motivational talks that they give to the contestants, what made you get to this point? What can we do to fix it? So those are the things that I like about the show. And it's cool to see people's lives change, but there's a healthy way to do things and an unhealthy.
Yeah,
way
you
to
can
do
always
things.
do too much of a good thing is not a good thing for
Right.
sure. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And I think that's what we learned from Biggest Loser.
Yes. So Sammy Townsley is going to be joining us in about 13, 14, 15 minutes. We're going to have her on from basically 9:30 till the end of the show. So we have a lot to talk to her about, but she's a really cool success story, one of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of success stories from Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, not just from Altoona or Lincoln, Nebraska, but all over the country. So I'm really excited to share her story and to have her join us on the air. So that's coming up. Where are we going to go? We got about 7-8 minutes. Do you have any words of wisdom for people out there?
I mean, we'll always just talk about, consistency. And I think, we aren't going to talk to Mark till next week, but we already know how he did in the 5 weeks. And so I'm pretty excited to hear how he feels about his results. But I do think that he has had an extra layer of accountability, knowing that we're talking about it, on the show and stuff. So I think that that's kept him a little more accountable. And that part is really, really important, is the accountability, even if it's just, finding a person to work out with, or somebody that you can, message when you're getting ready to go do your workout or whatever. So I think that accountability part is really big. If you've tried to exercise before in the past and have had a hard time, maybe that accountability piece wasn't quite there. But you also have to be careful, because sometimes, family members can sabotage a little bit too. So I think you kind of have to make sure you find someone that's like-minded, that can keep you accountable. Like I have a half marathon coming up in a couple weeks in Iowa. And
do you ever rest? I mean,
it's my last half marathon of the year.
Well, maybe.
No, absolutely.
We still got the Good Life.
No, I'm not doing the
up.
halvesy. I want to spectate the halvesy. I've never spectated.
Well, spectated's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I told you, I spectated
except once.
At the
I have
half.
one time. Yeah, I have one time. That's
spectating's fun.
I know. So I don't want to do the halvesy.
Maybe I'll do it.
No, you won't. No, you won't. So, but I have one of our friends and instructors here, Becky. She is doing it with us, and she hasn't been like training, and that's fine, because we're really truly doing this one just for fun. Like, it's not going to be a fast half marathon. We're going to go and we're going to do a run walk, and just to have fun, enjoy the atmosphere, try to help encourage other people around us. We're just going to have fun. But I got my run in this morning, and when I finished my run, I posted it on Facebook and I tagged Becky to kind of help her stay accountable, because she told me she was going to run today. And so you need to find an accountability partner like that, someone that can help you just, like, hey, I'm keeping an eye on you, even if you can't, you got to do something. Like, anything's better than nothing. 10 minutes is better than zero. Like, just the confidence that you get in yourself when you commit to something and then you stick with it, that's what really helps you continue. So even if you think, oh, I don't have time to get a 45-minute workout in today, or I don't have time to drive to the gym, go for a walk. Like, do something. Keep yourself accountable to do something physically active every day. And those little things kind of add up. So I think that's
what
a
Sarah,
good message.
Last week, Sarah and Lindsay were on with us, and Sarah was saying, even if it's 10 minutes, like, they have kind of a little exercise room set up in their kitchen. It's right in the middle of their house. So even if it's 10 minutes, getting on there and doing something, and usually those 10 minutes, you're going to feel good after the 10 minutes. So the 10 minutes will turn into 20,
right?
And you're like, oh, I don't really want to stop. So One cool story is back during the pandemic when everything was shut down. We were talking about accountability. We had a member that lived up in North Dakota that did the 10-week challenge, our very first virtual 10-week challenge. And her sister lived in Lincoln. Well, the gyms were closed at the time, so all the members were doing the workouts from home, and they would FaceTime each other every single day and then do the virtual workouts together.
Right.
So on their screen, they could see each other working out, and they held themselves accountable throughout the whole gym closure and stuff like that. So there's creative ways to hold each other accountable, but the accountability is so important. And one of the best things about our program is, and I'm sure Mark could attest to this, would be, he has 7 other people at the 5 a.m. class that's doing the 10-week challenge with him. So when one of them aren't there, he notices they're not there because you're used to seeing them every day. Where if you're just on your own, if you don't work out, nobody knows but you.
Right. Yeah.
And it's so much easier to skip a workout when nobody's going to call you out on it. And one day leads to two leads to a week leads to a month, and the next thing you know, you're just completely unraveled.
A slippery slope.
It is, and the longer you go without eating healthy and working out, the harder it is to start back up. And that's something we try to tell our members too. And even when they're fit members and they're coming after their 10 weeks, it's like, if we don't see somebody for 2-3 weeks, a month, people start to notice, and then it's like, the longer you wait, the harder it is to get back started. So we love doing this show on Sunday because everybody's always excited on a Monday.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait till January 1st to start something, or the first of the month, but Monday's always a great day to start something. So if you're like, oh, I haven't worked out, no matter what gym you go to, what you do, if I haven't worked out in so long, I'm going to start tomorrow. You never miss a Monday. And if you miss a Monday, then you can't have perfect attendance for the week.
Right.
So you always want to start. There's that. We have a meme that we share too with our members about the shark mentality. Like, the shark doesn't care that it's a Monday.
Yeah.
That shark's up Monday morning and it's kicking butt and it's taking names and it's tearing it up, eating other fish. It doesn't care if it's a Monday or Sunday. It doesn't matter. It's just up and it's has that aggression. So tomorrow morning, have that shark mentality. Or if you're listening to us, during the week, always start the next day.
Yeah.
You never want to put it off. Don't be like, well, I missed Tuesday and the week's over.
Yeah.
Which that's something a lot of us do.
Yes.
Even with our nutrition.
Yeah.
By about when, I'm going to eat out. And then it's like, well, I'll start Monday. Yeah. And it's Thursday. So I have another 5 weeks. And I think that all the time. Like, I'm really Monday and it's only Thursday.
Yeah.
And then we get to the weekend. It's the weekend. It's my free day.
Yeah.
I'm entitled to this. So, all right. Well, we're going to take a break here. When we come back, Sammy Townsley is going to be joining us, and we're going to talk about her journey. So if you have any questions for us, or when Sammy joins us, you can text the show at 402-464-5685 on the Starter Heyman text line. We will be right back, Fitness Fanatics.
If you need to sell equipment and trucks, Ritchie Brothers' new Lincoln Storage Yard lets you free up space at your property and get local access to all Ritchie Brothers auctions. Drop your equipment off and sell it online at any Ritchie Brothers auction, Iron Planet, or via Marketplace E. The yard is at 8801 Highway 6 in Lincoln. It's secure and makes for easy in-person buyer inspections and pickup. Take advantage of this yard to sell at Ritchie Brothers Great Plains Regional Auction on June 16th. For details, visit rbauction.com/Lincoln.
Hey, it's Nelson. We all know life gets a little hectic. You're just looking for that right amount of balance for stress relief with your busy lifestyle while trying to not break the bank. That's why you got to stop by the newest Caterpillar Vapes location right here in Lincoln, 2601 North 11th Street. The Caterpillar team is made up of people just like you, wanting the best product at the best price. They can walk you through the largest selection in town, answer any questions, and find you that perfect balance. First-time customers get 50% off their entire purchase. Stop in and see for yourself. For more, find them on Facebook or online at CaterpillarVapes.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Brown Shoe Fit is gearing up for spring with new inventory on the way. They're stocking up on new spring sandals and athletic shoes daily in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Keen, Merrell, On, and many, many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrax. Spring is the season to be active and busy. Don't let your feet lose their support with old rundown shoes or sandals. Stop by Brown's Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Spring is here. Are you giving your yard the best chance at being healthy and green? Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn to get your sprinklers ready to go for the season if they haven't been working properly. They're also scheduling installs for new sprinkler systems if you don't have one. So make sure you contact them early to get a bid as soon as possible. Plus, they're your one place to go for 5-step fertilizer and pesticide application and lawn aeration. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Southeast Community College has learning centers in Falls City, Hebron, Nebraska City, Plattsmouth, Wahoo, and York so that you can take credit and non-credit classes at a center nearby without having to travel an hour or more to campus. By taking online classes and those at a learning center, you can earn your degree from SEC where and when it's convenient for you, all at a cost that won't stand in the way of your education. Learn more about SCC's learning centers at southeast.edu/learning centers. SCC, your path to possible.
People always ask, what are Jake and Sip like when they're off the air? Well, the answer probably won't surprise you.
Hey, Jake, your Honda's looking a little dirty.
Says the guy whose license plate is barely visible.
I mean, do you even care about that thing anymore?
It gets a little uncomfortable. Now, that's when I jump in.
Hey, whoa. Mark, did you get a new car?
Nope, just took my car down to Nebraska Auto Detail. Joe and the staff made the outside and the inside look amazing. Maybe you guys need to go.
Okay, wise guy.
Settle down, Jake.
Call Nebraska Auto Detail today at 402-601-5086.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93 and the ticket.com.
All right. Welcome back to Fitness Fanatics. We have a special guest with us that you can see her on the stream on the Tickets Facebook page. We have Sammy Townsley with us from the Altoona Ferals, where Sammy goes right now. It's good to see you, Sammy. How are you?
It's good to see you guys too. I'm good. It's been a while.
This is always a little tricky. See if we can hear you.
Hold on just a second.
Yeah.
We're okay. Sammy, can you hear me? Oh. Nix.
There we go.
Okay.
Nope, it's me.
Someone just unmuted me. Can you hear me now?
This is the
Bear with us.
live video going on here. All right, Sammy. Well, I'm glad that this
get
worked
this figured
out, that we could have you on today. I know you're busy mother of 2, and also you are a nurse, correct?
What'd you say? Oh no, now I can't hear you.
Oh, great.
Wait, I can hear you again.
Okay. Yeah. So well, Sammy, I think we'll just have you call in so we can hear you and you can hear us. Just 402-464-5685.
All right, hold on one second.
402-464-5685. Sammy, you call us. Can you hear us? Okay.
Okay, good. Well, we'll be joined here.
But you can stay on your, because this happened with Matt too. So we had Matt on the phone, but we still have him.
So stay on
Yeah.
so we can see you, but then you can just call in.
So we'll.
Yes, go ahead and call 402 right now, 464-5685 on like your cell phone. We'll answer it on air and we'll get you over the phone.
Yep.
All right. Hopefully she heard that.
There it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's try this again here.
Sammy, are you with us?
I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Great.
Awesome.
Very cool.
So you could start off. Go ahead. You can
No,
start.
you
Nicole.
would.
Oh, so we haven't seen you for quite a while. Are you still work at the hospital?
I do.
Okay.
I changed my job a little bit.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm glad this worked out because I know you work long hours and you're a mother of 2, so I'm glad that this day was your day off. That you could join us. This worked out really well. How are you, Sammy?
It's good. Actually, it's not my day off.
Uh-oh.
I worked last night. I work overnight now on the weekend, so I have not had sleep yet, but I'm willing to do this. I'm super excited.
Are you at work right now?
What?
Are you working right now?
No, I work overnight, so I got off at like 6 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So she just hasn't slept yet.
Oh, well, this is like,
Yeah.
7 p.m.
we'll keep you
for the normal
Right.
person that works
Yeah.
during the day.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can keep you awake.
Why
for
are
the
you
next
holding
night.
onto your
I don't know. I
microphone?
feel like it's moving.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, Sammy, welcome to the Fitness Fanatics. We want to start off. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Kind of what you do, and we already just covered that. So,
Is this your first day?
I don't know.
You did kind of just cover it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little about yourself.
Good news is this is a shorter segment, so
Yeah.
we'll work out all the kinks. Just being weird. I don't know why.
All right.
Okay. So I'm a mom of 2. I work full time, but I work really weird hours. I'm married to a husband who's also a Farrell's member. I really have always lived in books for most of my life. I work in a lab, if that tells you anything. I'm a huge nerd. I love sciencey things. Prior to Farrell's, the most athletic thing I had ever done was show choir.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm big on reading, and that's about it. I'm a big nerd.
So, but I
I'm
also
fair.
know, Sammy, you're really competitive. Like, where did that come from then? Like, you're super
think that's-
competitive.
I think that's middle child syndrome. Like, I just wanted to be noticed all of my life.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, got a overachieving older sister, and then like my little brother is the baby, the favorite. Just like middle child syndrome.
Okay.
The Jan Brady issues.
Yeah.
Right.
Marsha.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Sammy, we were trying to figure this out exactly when you started Farrell's. We couldn't put our finger on the session, but
Yep.
we know that it was in 2017. So you started your 10-week challenge. What made
Yeah.
you decide to join Farrell's? Let's go back and figure that out.
I did the spring of 2017 session. I started April 1st. I think that year it started on the 1st. And Kat Stonehouse.
Yep.
I was good friends with her outside of Farrell's. and she invited myself and a couple of other girlfriends to come to Friends and Family Week. And I was like, no, that sounds scary. I don't want to do that. So I chickened out, but my girlfriends went and they loved it. And, you know, I was 6 months postpartum with my son, and I needed something to just feel like a grown up again and a human being. So when she sent us a message and she said that she had a Friends and Family discount and we had just gotten our taxes, and I don't know, I was like terrified of it, but I was like, I need to do something. I need to make a change. I'm so down and bummed, and I don't feel like myself. My body doesn't feel like mine anymore. So I just jumped in head first. She sent that message, and I think it was maybe an hour later that I signed up. And I am so frugal that if I spend money on something, I am going to do it. So I knew that if I just gave you my money, I would show up.
Well, and we appreciated that at
Yeah.
the time. So. I wish money's not a motivator for a lot of people.
Or not for everybody.
It's
Yeah.
not for everybody.
Right.
I mean, people sign up to do the 10-week challenge. They sign up to go to Anytime Fitness, 24-hour fitness, all the gyms all over the world.
Yeah.
And they sign up and they pay and sometimes they just never go. Like, I can't tell you how many people I've talked to like, oh, I've had a membership for 5 years and I haven't been in the door in 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Or people that sign up to do ferals for the 10-week challenge and then they come in, they're there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I never see them again. Or they sign up to be a fit member and you don't see them. So money's not a motivator for a lot of people. I mean, for some it is. But so that's
I'm
good.
way too frugal for that though.
That's good. That is good.
So what class time did you do? I this has been 5 years now, so I can't remember what I did.
I remember, but go ahead.
Oh wait.
No,
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did you do the 9:15 class? Oh.
I was a 4 a.m.er.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
4
a.m.
a.m. That was back in the days when I didn't have to get up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, you
I
were
could sleep.
snoozing until 7:30 probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did the 4 a.m. class. Who was your coach back then?
Actually, my coach was Jennifer Schilling, who's now one of the owners of the Altoona location.
Mm-hmm.
So
see, that's
I had a great coach.
Yeah.
That's so cool because one of the cool things about ferals, and we talk about this all the time, is the owner of the Altoona Ferals now started off as a 10-week member in Altoona, had some awesome changes, and she started to coach. And you were one of her people that she coached.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started to instruct. And now her and her husband, David, have been the owners of the Altoona Ferals. They took over for Nicole and I when we moved to Lincoln. So that's just another kind of cool intertwining moments of Ferals extreme body shaping. And not just here, but all over the country. So that's really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you got up and did the 4 a.m. class. And what were kind of your initial thoughts when you started that coming in to do your before picture? You had to run a mile at the time. We did measurements, body composition. So for those who have never done ferals, how did that go for you?
So I remember coming in for my picture and I was like the first person there, and I did not want to take my shirt off in front of Nicole. It was horrible. I remember being so sick to my stomach. I hated that picture. I still kind of hate that picture, but it's a good reminder of where I was at the time. After that, I walked out of taking my picture, and I saw other people who looked just as scared as I was, and I was like, okay. Well, that's good. I remember thinking, like, at least I'm not alone here in feeling, like, super nervous.
Yeah.
Doing my initial testing, I had my friends there with me, and that was nice. I felt very supported. But, again, I was super embarrassed when Nicole did my measurements. I cried during my sit-up. Because, remember, I was 6 months postpartum, and I could not do sit-ups. And I remember just hearing the time count down and thinking, what is wrong with me? Like, I'm so broken. And so I cried at my initial testing. It's something I still think about. But my first day I remember my first day so distinctly because when we got the bags out, I was partnered up with Carrie Perry.
Oh, yeah.
And she might be the nicest person on the planet.
Their whole family, they're the nicest people in the whole world.
I know.
Yeah.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
And she is so ripped and like she looks so intimidating to me. And I remember being so excited because the first time I punched a bag, I was like, oh, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like this a lot, actually. I was super scared all the way up until we got to hit the bag. And then I was like, wow, this is awesome. And Carrie and I were on the bag together. And when class was over, she said, I felt like I was keeping up with you. And I said, I felt like I was trying to keep up with you. And she's like, we played each other.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Oh, but it was awesome. And I just remember after that first kickboxing day, I was like, I think I could actually be athletic maybe.
Well, and most people, when they start, everybody's nervous.
Everybody is nervous.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
I remember when they were talking to me about this program, and this was back in 2006, and I was like, I have to work out 6 days a week.
Yeah.
For
From 0 days,
minutes.
0 minutes.
From 0 minutes
Yeah.
to 45 minutes, 6 days.
Yeah.
Like, who works out 6 days a week? That to me was unheard of.
Yeah.
And I was probably 28 at the time. And it was unheard of for me at 28 years old to work out 6 days a week. So I remember being scared too. And it was just like, that first class, you're nervous, you have no rhythm. But then when you get on that bag and you start punching it, like you said, you're kind of feel empowered a little bit, no matter where you're at in how fit you are, how unfit you are, whether it's your first day or 10 years, just punching that bag, kicking that bag makes you feel so good. So first day, Carrie Perry's your partner. Now, did you partner up with her like the rest of the 10 weeks?
I did try to be her partner as often as possible because she was so nice.
Yeah.
I just remember feeling very safe when I was with her. Like, she's not judging me.
No.
Well, that 4 a.m.
But eventually you start to think like, oh my gosh, none of these people are judging me. All of these people are so nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a big thing when you don't do fitness and you've never gone to the gym before and you've never been a part of group fitness, especially, you don't realize how important that community is and how strong it is until you really get into it.
Yep, that's true.
Yep. All right.
Very
Well,
true.
I think we are up for a break here. So when we come back, Sammy, we're going to talk about your first 5 weeks and what happened at your 5-week testing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be back. Jeff and Nicole Essink, Fitness Fanatics, joined by Sammy Townsend.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your Nebraska-owned premier John Deere dealership. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment. Solutions for every field.
Hey, Steve. Welcome to Great Clips.
Great Clips asks, what's the difference between good and great?
Come on back and have a seat.
Good asks you what haircut you'd like.
I have all your details from last time. Would you like the same haircut today?
Great already knows. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details so you can get the same thing as last time, every time. Download our online check-in app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
I think it's just vapor. Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
One vape pod has as much nicotine as one pack of cigarettes.
My kid
knows it's dangerous. 5.4 million American kids vape, and most think it's harmless. Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org. That's talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for mechanics of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package, along with paid time off within just 60 days of employment, as well as a 401k and a boot and clothing allowance. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmarkimp.com/careers or contact Deanna 402-310-7561 or email careers@landmarkimp.com. That's landmarkimp.com. Landmark Implement is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, sports fans. Rico here with HIS Auto Care 70th and Van Dorn. Carfax recently awarded us as a top-rated auto service center for 2020, and Lincoln Choice Awards voted us as the 2021 top independent auto repair center. Call us at 402-488-8934 for superior service bumper to bumper. Mention this ad and get 7% off. Doesn't get any better than that. Rico for His Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Southeast Community College is training tomorrow's workforce today with our nearly 60 career and technical programs. We are doing our part to help employers fill vacancies during this current labor shortage, graduating students with skill sets employers are seeking. We're also helping to upskill the workforce by adding short-term credentials like certificates in many programs so that employees can get retraining quickly. Learn more about upskilling with SCC at southeast.edu/academics. SCC, your path to possible.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. We are joined by Sammy Townsley from the Altoona Ferals. First segment with Sammy, we talked about her getting started, and if you missed any of this, you can catch up on the on our podcast on 93.7theticketfm.com. So, Sammy, we established why you started postpartum 6 months after your son was born. That's why Nicole started.
Yep.
Actually, 5 months after.
Same story.
After Ben
Very
was born.
similar story.
Wanted to get out of the house and interact with real humans is why she started instead of babies all the time.
Yep.
So at Ferals, for those who don't know, we have an initial assessment. I've got kind of a fitness baseline testing where we do the before picture. we do measurements, do body composition, push-ups, sit-ups. And back when you did the 10-week challenge, we also did a timed mile. We don't do that anymore in Lincoln. We kind of use COVID to get out of it.
A lot of other locations still do.
Yeah, a lot of other locations still do, but we don't. And I can tell you, the only people who are upset that they don't have to run a mile are the fit members that had to run a mile at their 10 weeks.
They're just mad no one else.
Yeah, they're mad that they don't have to do it. But people that come back to do the 10-week challenge are always like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful I don't have to do this. So more people were always scared of it than not. So we just
and we have virtual members every session, and that's just a big ask for people who live maybe out in the country. And then a lot of our virtual members, we might not actually ever meet them face to face. They might live in a different state. So it's like, go find a mile trail and run. We even had some people that were former members that came back to do the 10 weeks. And when we said we don't do the mile, they were like, well, good. Because I was going to say it took me 13 minutes and 42 seconds. They were just going to say they did it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know.
I'll just tell you what I did.
Yeah. So it was really it's the virtual component, I think, that's kind of kept us from reinstating that. Plus, living in the Midwest, really only the summer, maybe the end of the spring session, and then the summer sessions get it in. And then the winter and beginning of the spring sessions, the weather usually does not cooperate. So it's definitely.
Well, there's some owners that make people run when it's icy and snowy.
We've we've done that before.
But for the most part, we don't want to give people, we don't want them to get sick, and we don't want to give them an excuse to like not start day one.
So that's why. But
so
anyway, we all had to do our mile.
Right. Well, I mean, we've hashed that out here on the show about our first miles and how terrifying that was and how we were wanting to fall down after 10 seconds of running. So at 5 weeks, we do another assessment. So your story is one that we tell people, all of our 10-week members, even in Lincoln, every single 5 weeks, we post on our Facebook page your story with your initial picture, your 10-week picture, and then your year picture. Because something happened at 5 weeks. So let's go back to that moment, because this is when your journey really starts. 5-week testing, you come in, you do your body comp, you get your measurements.
How'd it go?
How did it go at 5 weeks? Because we're just wrapping up 5 weeks at all ferals across the country are wrapping up 5 weeks. So how did your 5-week assessment go?
In my head, it did not go well. In reality, it went really well.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see it. So I did my weigh-in, and all I could see was that number on the scale. And I had only lost 5 pounds or 6 pounds. It's 5 pounds. And I was so mad because I had perfect attendance. I showed up every morning at 4 a.m. I worked my butt off, and I shared my food log with Nicole. I used my FitnessPal every single day. I weighed all of my food. I tracked it. I was following the program as best as humanly possible. And all I saw was 5 pounds of weight loss, and I was pissed.
And how many inches
and
did you lose?
When I did my measurement, even that to me was disappointing, because all I could see was where I had gained inches in my arm and thigh.
Which is, okay. And I probably told you that is normal.
Well, that we know we tell everyone that.
I know,
yes.
But I probably told you, don't worry about this number on the scale. That doesn't tell the full picture. I probably told you arm and leg measurements go up very frequently at 5 weeks, but they generally almost always come back down by the end, because you're building muscle and not losing the body fat quite at the same rate. I know I said that stuff because I say it.
You did.
Yeah.
And I remember just hyper focusing on all of the negatives.
Yeah.
And seeing what I considered minimalist changes. And I was so upset because I felt like I was pouring my heart into the program, and I was giving, everything that I had mentally and emotionally after working all day and taking care of 2 kids at night. I thought I was giving everything I had to commit to this, and it just in my head wasn't working.
Yeah, that's the hardest part for me as a woman doing the body composition with other women. And I know that, like, I wish there was a way, like on our scale, I wish there was a way that it just didn't show that number, because
we just have to cover it up.
I know.
So we can't see the initial number.
It's my least favorite part of my job.
Well, and because it's a snapshot.
I know.
One moment in time, and now I can't relate to this personally. But
No, so just stop talking. You're a guy. You just need to stop eating peanut butter and you lose 15 pounds.
Well, that's true. Yes. But, it can say, a woman and woman's body is just fluctuates.
Yeah, we're a different person. Like,
yes.
Women and hormones, we're different people, like every week of a month. Like, it's just, you can't really minimize that. It's true. But
so Nicole tried to tell you, listen, like she tells our members now.
She did. She tried to tell me these things. She showed me the InBody, and as someone who works in a laboratory and is very analytical and loves numbers, I wanted nothing to do with it. I was so hurt by the number on the scale that I couldn't see past it, and the lack of change in my head, because I gained inches on my arms and my thighs, but I went back and looked at my chest and waist measurements, and I had lost inches, but I calculated it all up and then added in the inches that I gained in my arm and thigh.
Yeah.
And then negated all of the inches that I lost.
Right.
Which is, this is,
yeah.
We just went through this.
This
and
is so normal.
Farrell's owner
Yeah.
just went through this on this past week of, you see the number on the scale, and
we focus on the negative. We always do. And
right.
It's just what it is. Yeah.
Right. And we try to get people to focus on the positives, but right. And we're the same way. I mean, we've done, we're just negative by nature.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're just born negative people.
Yeah.
So instead of focusing on the positives, we focus on the negatives. Well, the problem is, especially in something like this, is like, you're going from no exercise to you don't know what you're doing the first 2 weeks,
mm-hmm.
trying to figure out how to eat. And we tell our members that the first 2 weeks is really like, you're just learning. There's a lot of thinking involved
mm-hmm.
in the workouts.
More thinking, less doing.
Right.
That first
More
2 weeks.
thinking, less doing. And I know, Sammy, that you probably had 20 different women at Farrell's. Your friends say most women will see their biggest changes weeks 8, 9, 10,
mm-hmm.
not weeks 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So despite, I'm sure Kat told you, I'm sure Jennifer told you, Nicole told you, everybody told you this. And it's just like in one ear, out the other.
Yeah.
Because you're living it in the moment. And you, like you said, you've gone 5 weeks of never missing a workout, getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, writing down, tracking in MyFitnessPal, measuring your chicken, measuring your fish, measuring your rice, everything. And you get to that moment, you're like so deflated, and nothing that we say is gonna.
Yeah, it's hard.
Is hard. So that's laying the groundwork. So at the end of 5 weeks, and we're up against a break here in about 30 seconds. At the end of 5 weeks, you were like, "This is it. This isn't working. I'm done with Farrell's." So when we get back, we're going to go into Sammy's amazing success story. We'll be right back. Jeff and Nicole Essing, Fitness Fanatics, 93.7, theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Jared Talmadge is in the building. Talk about getting into a player's head. How did you know you had it?
Well, you knew you had him when he was crying to the refs, or if you were watching and he was crying to his, and I say crying, but just whining. whining about something you were doing, and then back in the huddle, and he's eyeballing you. If he's paying attention to you instead of listening to his plays and listening to what he should be doing.
Weekdays from 11 to 2 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Allo knows businesses need reliable communication, both at the office and at home. Now more than ever. Just listen to Bill Mitchner from Lighthouse.
Before we'd have breaks in service, especially for internet, but we've never had any issues with Allo. It's always been there and available when we needed it.
At Allo, supporting your business is our business. To get your free quote and switch today, visit allofiber.com/workfast or call 402-480-6685 today.
Hey, batter, wings, splatter, splatter, splatter. Catch all this season's baseball action at one of your neighborhood Lincoln locations. Get League of Their Own wings, burgers, nachos, and ringers while catching all the action. Stop into Wings and Rings located on O Street in Meridian Park and 40th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village. Or place your order online at wingsandrings.com. That's wingsandrings.com, Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.07 per hour and other select jobs starting at $23.77 per hour, with wages growing up to $29.71 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Here's your binky, buddy. We'll be home soon.
You'd never give your baby a pacifier that has cigarette ash on it. But if you're smoking around your kids, yeah, it's kind of like that. Secondhand smoke contains thousands of toxic chemicals that can have a lasting effect on your child's health. Protect your children. Don't smoke around them or any child.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo Promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities that we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say hello. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it's been a great start here to the year as 2022 new inventory continues to roll in. Our pre-owned lot remains full, and we are selling at a record pace. I was just down at Koppel talking about a new order for myself, and they let me know I can actually start ordering a 2023 here later this spring. So stop on in to get your new 2022, your pre-owned vehicle, or maybe talk about ordering here for 2023. Check them out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
You know you want that smoky, tangy, sweet, and spicy sauced and tossed Wingstop, but you just brought a haul of groceries home from the store. It's cool. No one expects you to shop and cook in the same day. So let the flavor experts at Wingstop hook you up with mouth-watering wings, crispy tenders and thighs, fries and sides delivered to your door. You can always cook tomorrow. That's why the fridge was invented. Get it delivered at wingstop.com.
Order online now from the new Wingstop located at 5001 O Street.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rob Rhodes, a Nebraska family practice physician. Are you or someone you love at risk of an opioid overdose? Get the free Opie Rescue app for your phone. Opie Rescue can guide you through the steps of how to respond to an opioid overdose. Be Opie ready. Download Opie Rescue today.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services and aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Bagels & Joe is ready for the spring with pesto cream cheese, great on any bagel. Try a mint and peach Arnold Palmer while you're there, and don't forget their locally roasted coffee, delicious breakfast burritos, and bagel boxes for the office. Bagels & Joe with 4 Lincoln locations.
Let's do it. Let's get away. Let's go outside, cast a line, and reel in good times with our family and friends. Get a little peace, quiet, and relaxation. And make some memories that will last a lifetime. Let's do it. Let's Fish Nebraska. Start planning your fishing trip today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
Hey, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We are joined by Sammy Townsley from the Altoona Ferals. We've been kind of setting up Sammy's story, so if you missed any of this, you can go back and re-listen to the podcast on our show page at theticketfm.com. All right, Sammy. So we left off about you were just disappointed, dejected
with your great results,
with your amazing results. Ferals doesn't work. I've done all this stuff, and this is crazy.
Threw a little fit.
I mean, you know,
that's not true. I mean, you didn't throw a fit to us.
Well, not in front of us.
No.
I'm sure if we had your husband on here, he'd say,
yeah,
she came home and she's just this just program. I can't believe I spent this money. And no, I'm just kidding.
So what happened when you left?
Yep, you went home for the weekend after your 5-week testing, and what happened then?
Well, after 5-week testing, you guys always do like a class. It was a crazy hard strength training class.
Yeah, the circuits.
I still went to strength training class, and I remember going home, and I was so sore, but I felt so strong, and then I just cried. I cried because I was like, I feel like I'm doing this the right way, but it is not working. Like, what is wrong with me? And I remember telling my husband, like, this is stupid. This sucks. I'm mad. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore. What's the point of putting in all this work if the scale's not going to change? I was like an emotional wreck. I really was that weekend. But I am a hyper competitive person. And all of my girlfriends were like, oh, you're doing great. You're doing amazing. You look so good. And I'm like, I don't believe you. You're lying.
You have to say that. You have to say that because you're my friend. I feel like that happens sometimes with us too. Like people just think we're telling them what they want to hear.
Yeah.
When the reality is like, no, this is what we do. This is our job. Like we have this whole session. We've jokingly told our members that they're not special. Like you're not special. There's nothing special about you that made it seem like that there was something wrong with you. That is normal. Like that is the normal, especially for women. We tend to, sabotage ourselves. Like we feel like that our body is our enemy, and that really holds us back from a lot. So it's like, yeah, your friends are telling you that, I'm telling you that, Jennifer's telling you, but you're like, you guys have to say that. Like,
you're my coach,
whatever,
you're the owners, you're
right?
my friends,
yeah,
you're my spouse.
It's not because we've been doing this for years and we've seen this and like this is normal. I didn't lose any weight my 10 weeks, my first 5 weeks. I didn't lose anything. And I mean, I don't remember.
I remember you being like, listen, you used the phrase. It's a phrase that I live by now, but you said, trust the process.
Right, which is our theme.
You
for
have
this session.
to trust the process.
Yep.
And so I stewed all weekend. I just stewed and I was mad and I ate my feelings for sure. And I was ready to quit. But like I said, I'm hyper competitive. I'm very frugal. I can't spend that money and just like throw it away. I can't. Also, I felt like I would be letting my friends down because we all joined together. I think almost if I hadn't had the peer pressure of my friends, I probably would have entirely quit that 10-week session. If I hadn't felt like, well, if they can do it, I can do it, or they're going to be disappointed in me if I don't finish, I probably would have quit entirely.
Yeah. You didn't want to be the one. You didn't want to be the one.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. I don't want to be the friend that like quits out of the group.
Yeah.
Now think like, how would your life be different right now if you quit at 5 weeks and you never came back to Ferals? Like, can you even imagine your life without Farrell's right now?
Honestly, no, because I completely disregarding my weight loss.
Yeah.
I have had probably 10 family members join after me, and they have all had incredible success. And I have gained an entire new family at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And these people are some of my closest friends now. And my life is very submerged into the gym now. I don't think that I can even like comprehend what life would be like now.
Yeah.
Especially because food has become a friend and not an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm raising 2 small kids to believe the same thing. You know, they see food as ways to power your body and make you go faster and jump higher and do fun things. And, you know, they're some of the most adventurous eaters I've ever met because we do introduce them to all kinds of different healthy foods now. I can't imagine all of these smaller facets of my life that make up my life as a whole
Mm-hmm.
have been affected just by joining and finishing that 10-week challenge.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, and so for the 10-week challenge, how we pick our 1,000, because we give away $1,000. So we have our coaches and instructors come in and vote on the winner, and it's best transformation. It's not who loses the most weight, who loses the most inches, who runs the fastest mile, most push-ups, that type of
We
thing.
tell everybody
Yes.
it's not the best after
Yes, not the
picture.
best after.
It's the best transformation from
Right.
start to finish. And it's very difficult. And I know you know that too, because you've been a part of judging now.
Yes.
It's so difficult because you're comparing different people of different ages and body types. And, you know, it's very difficult
Right.
because it's so varied, the transformation. So
Yep.
we really try to focus on this is, you know, when you see a person, a Farrell's before and after picture, we don't choose that from a marketing perspective. We choose it truly from like the biggest transformation from start to finish on the picture. And it's very difficult every time there's, you know, a lot of people that have really good changes. So it is very difficult to make that choice.
Yep. And you, Sammy, went from having an emotional weekend after
Mhm.
5-week testing, thinking, what's the point? This, you know, to you didn't quit, which you really wanted to.
Mhm.
And you went on to
Well,
not,
what we should probably talk about her
okay.
changes.
So let's
you
talk
know.
about your
Yeah.
changes from week 5 to week 10.
Yeah.
So let's go over kind of, I know you have your stats there in front of you. So
Mhm.
your what were your changes for the 10-week challenge?
And did you change anything after that 5-week testing?
I think so. I tried to think back, and the only thing I changed was you told me I needed to eat more carbs before my workout.
Eat more carbs.
I remember that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I did. I changed my carbs at breakfast at 3 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and that was it. Everything else, I stayed the same. I showed up every single day just like I had before, and I just tried to be better at strength training and kickboxing than I was the last class. And I stuck with my nutrition pretty much exactly the same way because I have been turning my food logs, and you liked them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I just kept going.
Yeah.
So from my initial testing to my 10 weeks, I ended up losing 19 pounds.
And for those of you, you cannot see this, but Sammy is a small person. Like, how tall are, I don't know, 5'2"?
I'm like 5'2", 1.5.
Yeah, she's a little person.
Stretching to
Yeah.
5'2", maybe.
I was
Nicole
trying to be generous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trying to give you a little.
Well,
little
I'm
extra.
short at 5'4", and I know I'm taller than Sammy, so I knew I had a little bit of a range. But so you're not, you're short, and we talk about that with people. That's another thing, you have to have a realistic expectation of yourself, because if you're doing these with your friends. Did Jessica start at the same time as you? Was she one of the friends that started? Yeah.
Yep, it was Jessica Davidson and Rachel Jones.
Yeah. Okay. And so just comparing you and Jessica's tall and lanky and, and so you're comparing results, and there's no reason to even do that, because you guys are totally different, and just that. I always say, like, man, if I could just be 2 inches taller, like, how amazing would that make my body fat percentage if I could just grow 2 inches? So, so to lose 19 pounds in 10 weeks at 5'1.5", that's huge.
And,
That's
and what about like body fat
crazy.
percentage in inches?
Okay, so at 5-week testing, remember how I said I negated my inches and I subtracted and stuff?
Yeah.
I really had lost 6.5 inches, but I took away some because I made it 5 in my head.
Yeah.
Because I had gain inches. Well, guess what? They went back to normal.
Like
my arm and my thigh was down.
What? Weird.
And I ended up, overall, from initial to 10-week testing, I lost 15 inches all over.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I had lost about 10 inches
in the second
more
in
from 5 to 10 weeks.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And then my body fat percentage was definitely the biggest change. From initial to 10-week testing, I went from 47.5% body fat
Mm-hmm.
to 40% body fat. And I think a big thing is that sounds like 7.5%. If you don't understand body composition, maybe that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 22 pounds of body fat that I lost.
Yeah. Yep. That's huge.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes. So you lost more fat than you lost weight, which means you also gained muscle in that 10 weeks too. Yeah, which is huge. And that's what we really want to try to show people. That's why we have the scale that shows body composition, because that to me, that is a success. Anytime you can lose more weight, body fat, then that number changes on the scale, that is making meaningful changes to your body composition that just will help you in the long run.
Oh, and I'll tell you that the in-body scale that we have that gives a printout of muscle gain, fat loss. Like when Nicole and I took over the Altoona Ferals in 2013, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
So when we went, my first experience doing 5-week weigh-ins for people, I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I'll tell you what, some women got on that scale and I had to duck because they wanted to punch me. Because ferals did not work. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And so we'd have kind of an Excel spreadsheet where we'd enter your weight and your body fat percentage. And I'd be like, now look, this is what you gain. But when it's an Excel sheet, people are like, oh, you're just forging this.
Right.
This is not an accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way.
We
I
want to
did
be
this.
skeptical of our results for some reason
Right.
when it's good.
We
news.
We don't want to believe that we had good changes.
Yeah. No,
So-
that can't be right. But if we gain weight, we're like, oh, this is 100% true. And
Yep.
I'm not going to believe anything else.
Yeah.
Definitely not water. That's all body fat in one day.
Yeah, we're all just yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we don't want to be happy with the results.
Yeah.
So the body comp is really cool because it gives a printout and it shows what's going on inside versus what's going on outside. Because when you see yourself every day in the mirror, you don't notice the changes in your face and in your neck.
Sometimes in your clothes, you can feel
right.
You
but
feel different in your
but
clothes.
you can't visually see changes because you look at yourself every day.
Yeah.
So at the end, when we do the before and after picture is so important because now you can visually see,
Mhm.
look how much I changed from just in 10 weeks.
Yeah.
So you went on to win.
Well, how did you feel at the
Oh.
end of your 10 weeks?
Never mind. You didn't win anything.
I felt amazing.
Yeah. Good.
Okay. my sit-ups, remember I told you I cried during my initial testing. During my initial testing, I was able to do 10 full sit-ups, but I was crying by the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At the end of my 10 weeks, I did 31, and I felt like a beast.
Yeah, and you could have kept going, probably. You know, you ran out of time before you ran out of sit-ups. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, and I didn't even cry.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And it was the same minute.
So
I felt amazing, and I went and bought new clothes for the 10-week party.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been wearing an extra large shirt, and I went and I was like picking out extra large clothes, and I had not gone shopping at all during the 10 weeks. And my friends were like, that's big.
Yeah.
Like, you should probably size down. But mentally, I wasn't there yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I sure did buy a medium tank top and wear it to our party.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it just fine. It went amazingly.
Yep. Yep.
So you went from almost quitting the program
Mm-hmm.
to you were our $1,000 winner for the 10-week challenge. And not only were you the $1,000 winner, you were the first
that we've had ever. We've
and
never
still to
had
this
this
day.
happen for us as owners.
Yes, unanimous $1,000 winner,
Yep.
meaning every single instructor and coach that was there voting, when we got it down to the final three three people, every single instructor and coach voted for you as the
winner.
best transformation.
Yep. Yeah.
Unanimous $1,000 winner. Our first one as owners, and we've never had one since. And we've done 25 10-week challenges as owners.
Yep.
And a lot of the 10-week challenges we're giving away 2 winners.
Depending on the number of
Depending on
enrollments.
numbers. So we've probably given out 40 winners, $40,000 winners.
Yeah.
Only one that's been a unanimous $1,000 winner.
Which is a pretty cool story.
Which is a cool story.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is very cool.
Yeah.
And the reason I love your story so much is because you were so close to quitting.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people that starting ferals or starting any program that they're doing, or just starting to work out in general, don't give themselves enough time to see the changes that they can get.
Yeah.
And we stopped following our nutrition. We stopped working out because we talked at the very beginning of the show how we're in the biggest loser mentality society, where we want instant gratification, instant results, quick fixes. We want to lose a quick 10 pounds. Everything that you see, like commercials on TV or infomercials or on Facebook ads, it's like, it's not change your lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's see results, fast results, so different diets and meal plans and stuff to change your body and how your body's supposed to be processing things to get that quick fix.
Yeah.
So that's what's so cool about your story. So you
did you think you were gonna win? Like, how are you going into that? So when at Farrell's we do a 10-week party, and that's when we announce the 10-week winner. That's kind of how that goes. So how did you feel leading up to that announcement?
I mean, I had a huge session. We had 95 people in that session, and 60, some of them were women.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't think that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I was by 10 weeks, I was happy again. And I was feeling really good. And, the scale had finally started to move. And I could feel it in my clothes. I could see it in my body visually after that 10 weeks. So I was in a good place. But I did not think that I would win. And I spent all day with Kat. Kat had been at voting.
Oh no!
And gotten to vote.
Yeah,
I spent all day with her.
Well, she didn't know either, so we don't tell the instructors and coaches.
tell
They
them.
don't know either. But I
But
mean,
she
she had
didn't-
seen your changes. She had seen your changes.
She didn't even hint that I did well.
Yeah, it always kind of
But-
gets out a little bit. Coaches and instructors talk, and some people can kind of, especially with you, like she only needed to talk to like a couple people and probably get a good idea that it was you because, but yeah, well, good job, Kat. That's awesome. That was probably really hard for her.
Well, I went in completely unaware. And then when I got called up for the top 3, I remember Sarah Mitchell, I think is her last name.
Yeah.
She was one of the other top 3, and she had done really well.
Yeah.
And in my head, I couldn't see that I had done just as well as she had. So I was convinced that she was going to win. And when Jeff called my name, when he said, this person had been unanimously voted for, and he was saying all these really nice things, and then he called my name, I remember I started crying.
You're like, wait, that all was about me? Yeah.
I was like, what? And then I was instantly embarrassed because I was the center of attention.
Yeah.
And all of like my friends were there. And I was like, oh, this is really happening. Are you kidding me? Did you make a mistake?
Yeah. Right. Yep.
Well,
that's
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Very cool.
And so I believe we're up against the break.
Yeah.
So when we come back for the next segment, not only did you win the $1,000, but you also entered the Farrell's
National Challenge.
National $10,000 challenge. So we'll talk about that here on the flip side. We'll be back. Jeff and Nicole Essing, Fitness Fanatics.
Let's do it. Let's get away. Let's go outside, cast a line, and reel in good times with our family and friends. Get a little peace, quiet, and relaxation. And make some memories that will last a lifetime. Let's do it. Let's Fish Nebraska. Start planning your fishing trip today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Allo knows businesses need reliable communication, both at the office and at home. Now more than ever. Just listen to Bill Mitchner from Lighthouse.
Before we'd have breaks in service, especially for internet, but we've never had any issues with Allo. It's always been there and available when we needed it.
At Allo, supporting your business is our business. To get your free quote and switch today, visit allofiber.com/workfast or call 402-480-6685 today.
Steve's Garage Doors and Services is under new management, but has the same great service as before. If your current garage door seems outdated or isn't working properly, call their new number at 402-480-2840 to schedule service or get a new door ordered. Steve's can repair most types of